Hey, hello. It's Frankie Purdy, also known as your Universe United Mrs. 2025. And I know there's a few things I just want to talk about in general. So I decided to videotape them and turn them into some episodes. So right now, this is story time, episode 1. And what I want to talk about today, you know what? First off, let me stop and just give out some kudos to my incredible directors who really know how to put together a prize package. So, first, I want to highlight my earrings. They are lovely citron center stones, very beautiful. Love them. Also, two are title necklaces with the crown. So our crown necklaces with our title. I actually wear this every day. Like I love this piece so much. It just, I don't know, I just love it. Also, they teamed up with the Queen's Magnet and came up with our logo with double AB stones. Very beautiful. And then also the Queen's Magnet did our shirts with the updated logo. And this is a new colorway. So at this year at the pageant, we received a white shirt with a colored display. And then as part of our prize package, we received the new logo on the black and gold, which I really love because white gets dirty. You know, I think about white and it gets dirty. So anyway, I just wanted to start off with those few shout outs and just very thankful for our gift packages so far. But what I want to talk about today is specifically, I want to talk about how I got into pageantry. So my pageantry journey actually started back when I was in high school. I'm not going to throw dates out there because you know what? We'll just lay it on the table. We're all friends here, right? So back probably roughly in like 2003-ish, we'll call it, when I was a junior, I tried out for the Miss Great Bridge pageant, which had an interview, it had a talent, and we did an opening number, like all the things. So, and you have to try out for it. So, you have to pretty much show them your talent. So I tried out and I got picked up. It was amazing. I can't remember exactly how many girls it was, but in order to compete in this pageant, you have to be either a junior or a senior. So let's just say it was like, somewhere between 10 to 20 girls. Did the pageant, didn't place, they didn't mean anything to me at the time because I didn't really have a good understanding of pageantry. But again, I did it the next year. So I did it my junior year and I did it my senior year. Never placed, never, top 5, nothing in that nature. And then I also gave it another go with a local pageant. So I did the Miss Chesapeake pageant. Can't remember if there was a talent in there. That one is kind of like a blur. I did compete, but I also, again, didn't win or make final 5 or anything to that nature. So I just was like, pageants, not something I'm good at, kind of crossed off the list and then put that adventure away and just moved through my life, and grew up. So let's backtrack. It's currently 2026, right? So in 2023, I was just coming back from a deployment from Romania. And I was just kind of like laying in the bed thinking to myself, like, I know I can compete in a pageant. Like they have to have like Mrs. pageants. I've heard of that, or, pageants for older women. And as I was doing my searches, the Tennessee USA pageant system came up. And I was looking, I was like, I know there's like some type of age stopgap, like you can't do if you're married, like a few things like that, right? So I'm looking, reading, and I'm like, well, gosh, I don't see any restrictions. I don't see age restrictions. I don't see marital restrictions. I don't see anything. So I was like, you know what? Worst thing they gonna tell me is no. So I submitted my application. I had to write a bio about myself. I had to send a photo. And I submitted it and then I got approved and I just felt so honored. I was like, oh my gosh, I got accepted. But later I learned that, most of y'all look desirable on paper, right? So you will get accepted. But anyway, doesn't neither here nor there. So I got accepted maybe it was like September, October timeframe, and this pageant was going to be in March. So paid my fees, paid for a sash. I entered as Miss Queen City 2024, Miss Queen City USA 2024. And had a whole reasoning behind that. Clarksville, Tennessee, from a perspective, during the Civil War period was known as Queen City, like because of the Cumberland, Queen City of the Cumberland. They received all of their logistics and things like that through the Cumberland. Anyway, that's how I came up with Queen City, USA, as there was already a Clarksville and there wasn't a Montgomery County, but neither here nor there. Anyway, so got my sash. I was out in my community, out there showing myself off and, doing the things. And part of the, we did our orientation where they showed they had different coaches for different things. Miss USA, Tennessee, and all counterparts of the conglomerate have interview, swimsuit, and evening gown. Those are the three categories. Normally they're evenly weighted when you do the initial competition, and as you continue, they, the scoring changes a bit. Anyway, so I've modeled all through high school and all that kind of stuff. I've always been on the stage, so like the stage stuff was never an issue. I feel like I'm always in shape. So I felt good about swimsuit. It was the interview. I can be quite wordy sometimes. I can get nervous when I'm not sure what I'm going to be asked. So I did enlist some coaching assistance from SQ consultants and worked with Michaela. She was amazing. And I felt very prepared moving forward. And they also have another person within that agency, Gerald, who offers one-on-one mock interview prep, which I did. And I'm so happy I did because I actually was connected through and met Angela Johnson, 1991, second ever African-American crowned as Miss Tennessee USA. So she has definitely been a big person in my corner that has pushed me along and helped me through my pageant journey thus far. Anyway, got my scores back from interview and they were very high. So going into this pageant, I felt very confident that I would do well. Competed, made top 16, walked away with People's Choice and Miss Congeniality, did not make it to top 5, of course, did not win. But I realized that doing Tennessee USA is like the equivalent of someone asking you, like, have you ever held a football? And you go, yeah, I've held a football. All right, let's go to the Super Bowl. Like, it was a big to do. Like, it was a lot. And these girls who are doing these things have been doing pageantry for a very long time. Some pageants you can enter as young as 0 years old. So, these girls, like, this is their lot at life. A lot of girls who come into the Miss system were also in the teen system and probably did well in teen, so there's a lot of nuances when it comes to that kind of thing. But long story short, once I competed and received my superlatives, I was bitten by the bug. I love it. I love what pageantry makes me stand up to do. So on any given day, am I doing community service? Yes, I am. I enjoy serving my community. On any given day, I want to make sure that I look my best when I leave the house. On any given day, I do realize that I am someone that someone looks up to, right? Like a mentor or anything like that. Like, those are things that I've always known that I am, and I do those things every day. But pageantry leveled the bar up, right? It forces me to stay consistent and to do the things that I really enjoy and to make time to do those things, because they're requirements for a lot of systems. When I am looking for systems, I try to find systems that are heavy in the community service and giving back, heavy in mentorship, things like that, because those types of things align with who I am as a person. So, that was the start of my current pageant journey moving forward. And so just log in for part 2. I'm going to try to keep these at 10 minutes because I do respect your time. But thank you so much for stopping what you're doing to listen to my origin story, as some may call it, and how I got back into pageantry. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.